Shannon, it's still a job.
You're a friend.
I needed
Alexis,
to have,
it's your career. We just, wasn't that the latest?
I've been on TV for 15 years, Shannon, 5 different shows, okay?
Oh, you're a TV star.
Virtual reality.
Hi, I'm Danny Murphy.
And I'm Evan Real.
And, I mean, we're TV stars.
TV star. You're a TV star.
It was so Pearl. I'm a star.
It was.
I'm a star. Like that was Alexis
It was very Pearl coded. But yeah, finally we got the Alexis and Shannon confrontation, part 2 of the reunion. I thought it was amazing.
How many times did you practice in front of the mirror in Johnny J? There's the door, Shannon Beador, when there was no door.
I didn't.
So proud of that.
I didn't, Shannon.
It was so explosive. Like, the girls were getting into it, and I feel like neither party was backing down.
Guess what, Shannon? Whether I sent that text or not, Jim was gonna sue your ass, okay? He was still gonna sue you.
Neither party was backing down, and they both wanted to get everybody else on their side. And everybody was kind of just like, I don't want to get in the middle of...
Every single person on this cast, including Tamara, have come up to me saying, I could never do what you are doing right now.
And they've all come to me and told me that they know this is very difficult for me too, Shannon.
Well, because each made the claim, every girl on this couch has said to me, then the other one was like, every girl on this couch has said to me, what do you think is the truth? I think
everybody said that to both of them. Because
Right.
it is kind of a thing where it's like, it's almost like when someone gets an offender bender, you would say to both of them, that sucks. Because that is what Alexis and Shannon are in. They're just kind of in like a sticky situation that is not, I wouldn't want to be on either side of it right now. And to their point, they both said that you could leave.
I know, that little discussion, that was... Alexis was talking about, I've been on TV for 15 years, and I know she's done other shows. I think she's done...
What were the 5?
I don't know the 5. I know that she did... Actually, don't quote me on this. I believe she did Marriage Boot Camp for WeTV.
Okay.
Which I feel like a lot of people would say that reality stars go to WeTV if everyone's saying you're dead, lay down. And I don't know. I'm happy that Alexis is back and feels good about her return in this moment. I thought it was an interesting rebuttal to Shannon, who said, I took your job and it's been 10 years and I'm the one sitting here, which I thought that was to me a mic drop.
I took your job 10 years ago. I'm still sitting here.
That was a better mic drop than there's the door, Shannon Beador.
I know.
Which, when they cut her, doing it the back to back.
Shannon Beador, there's the door. Here. I have your ex-boyfriend. If you don't like it, there's the door, Shannon Beador.
I know, that was really rough.
Rough to watch. And I did also love whenever Alexis started talking, Shannon would just shout, you're a friend of.
If they won't let me
Then
talk, I
go.
won't
You're a friend. Isn't your time up?
Oh.
No.
That seems to be the new thing to say.
Yeah.
Well, to Alexis, because
there's-
she is the only friend of this season. Because
there's-
Emily did it, and
Emily did it. Shannon did it. She's the only friend of and doesn't have a lot of friends with the friend of.
yeah,
It's hard that she has people on both couches not that happy. Or like her and Emily are a little too close for, I think, Alexis's comfort.
I know. Yeah, I'm surprised that they. Well, did they put it? I guess she had the buffer of Heather, and Heather's very team Alexis, and it's. I don't know how Alexis managed this. I mean, it was nice to see them talking about how they bond over being the parents of LGBTQ kids. I guess that is what has brought them together. But no matter what, I'm happy for Alexis because it's good to have Heather on your side, as we saw, in part 1 of the reunion. I felt really bad for Katie because the Katie and Heather of it all, that was really rough. That was rough to watch.
And also, when Heather and Emily put aside their differences to mutually agree on an enemy, because this part 2, before we even got to Alexis, Katie was getting tackled left and right.
Yeah.
You know who really held her ground hard?
Who?
Jen.
Jen? Yeah.
Sure, really good.
Jen has a new spirit about her. I think she found this spirit in London when she had to yell at Tamara. Mm-hmm. And I think it has stuck with her. I feel like in this reunion so far, Jen has been very vocal and very concise.
I don't ever want to do that again.
Where did Eddie sleep that night?
Where'd he sleep? In my bed?
Did he? Not what I heard.
And I feel like every sentence has packed a punch, and there's meaning behind everything that she says. I feel like she's making a lot of points, except she was a little confused when we were talking about Ryan's immunity in that situation. The one thing, Ms. Jen, and I love you so much, that is confusing me is her commitment to saying Ryan has done nothing wrong and Ryan has made no bad choices. If Ryan has done nothing wrong and made no bad choices, like he has immunity because he did something wrong and then he did something to make up for it. But also, literally at their engagement, I think was it the engagement finale party or
yes,
right?
with tacky dresses, intentionally tacky.
And you know, we have Katie's husband saying like, I'm scared to even associate with these guys, and Katie is one of her closest friends on the cast. Like, clearly something is not right about Ryan, Jen.
I also loved Katie's defense of that. It's like, well, you know, he's in golf. I'm like, what does that have to do with what?
What?
I think that was her trying to like be like, because they were like, Katie, do you think Ryan did anything bad? And she's like, I'm Team Jen. And like, but your husband thinks he did something bad. She's like, he's in golf. So like,
your husband Matt at her engagement party sat in the corner the entire time because he didn't want to be around those guys. And I felt bad about that.
And he doesn't want to be around that.
I know it was very.
I mean, I do like that. It's like a quick deflection. Like, oh, he's in golf. What's going
on here? I know it is very. I guess you could say you agree with Emily that she's Tammy Wynetting.
Yeah.
Which also, you know, you're right. Bonnie and Clyde, they're ride or dying for each other. They're Dolce and Gabbana-ing for each other. I think one of the most relatable things that's ever been said on a reunion couch and Housewives is my Revolve order didn't come in time.
I know.
They're like, yeah, I wanted a dress that was $200 for y'all, and it did not come in time. I know. I hope that, and also I hope for Jen that the divorce, the payments start paying from the ex.
I know. I felt really bad for her, but I you know, applaud her for being so open about that situation.
Yeah.
When the payments are not coming, I thought it was particularly brave of her to put him on blast when it seems like he is withholding funds from her. I don't think it's going to help the funds come quicker, but maybe it will put pressure on him in some way where he would want to avoid some of the court stuff. Like, I didn't know that they could hold your wages, whatever that means, or like somehow he gets penalized for this, because Emily, as a lawyer, she was very confused by the situation, because if you don't pay what you are ordered to pay, I guess there are repercussions.
Yes. Well, no, I was just laughing because, and you know, we have so much fun with Emily.
Yes.
And I love Emily.
Okay.
But I feel this, and maybe it is because just like Housewives have been taking a legal turn. If this is water, if there's a drinking game, drink every time she says she's a lawyer. It reminded me of like when the iconic reunion showdown between Cynthia Bailey and Phaedra Parks won a case. Because I'm like, girl, I'm a lawyer. And like, I'm not taking, like, we get it. You know the law. It was just a lot of that.
Well, yes, I feel like we have been reminded of her legal expertise this season more than ever. But I don't think she's focused on winning cases. She's focused on helping guys who have been released from jail get their lives back. So she has shifted her legal workings and offerings.
And I mean, like, too, and we're talking about iconic back and forth reunion things. Jen going, I don't ask how many cases Shane wins or not. And then also, when she went full Marge, where did he sleep that night?
That was good. And there was a receipt to prove it. Tamara was feeling a little amnesiac in that moment, decided she couldn't remember and wouldn't remember.
Because I came over your house the next day. I think you said that.
I would have slept somewhere else too.
Honestly, I don't remember, but I guess he slept on the couch.
But yeah, Gina backed Jen up, saying, "I think you said something of the sort." And then the cameras,
exactly the sort. Question for you.
Yes.
Tying in with Jen and Heather.
Yeah.
Gossipy or mean girl?
I think mean girl.
But if you're going up and looking at the price tag because you know Jen wore it and you know it is Dolce & Gabbana, that is kind of mean girl behavior.
It wasn't mean girl behavior.
It was gossipy. It was gossipy.
It was just gossipy.
It's gossipy. We all do that.
I think mean girl. I think it's gossipy and mean girl. I think those are synonyms.
That's what I was like. I'm like, so what's not like? What makes the difference?
I mean, look, gossipy, mean girl, curious. Like, I got to be honest. I'm not saying I wouldn't look at the price tag. Of course I would look at the price tag. I might not make the phone call to talk some shit.
And did you think, because Jen's whole thing was like, she didn't call Gina. She didn't call Emily. She called Tamara.
Right.
And Tamara even said, she's like, she started therapy the next day because she's like, I have anger issues, and I go for the jugular and I go low. You know how the therapy appointment went.
But that's exactly it. She called Tamara. She didn't call Jen, or she didn't call Katie. She didn't call someone who cared about Jen.
You know who's probably upset about that? Who? She didn't call Terry, because Terry loves to gossip, I feel.
Terry does, yes, and he loves a paparazzi moment.
Yeah, yes. So I know that was a very interesting back and forth. That and the historical friend.
Okay, so I believe Heather said that.
Only because
that sounds like something she would say.
Heather was like, "That's not how I talk." I'm like, Heather, that's exclusively how you talk.
A historical friend, and I get it. Like historically, they have had an up and down relationship. However, they've been on this Housewives ride together, and there's a loyalty I feel like they feel to each other even when they're not feeling each other.
I was gonna say, I think Heather should have leaned into if she did say that, because I'm like, that makes so much more sense. Where you're like, I've been friends with this person for like a decade.
Yeah.
They do shitty things, but like I love them through it because I know them through it all, and not being like, I did not say, like, it's very like she never needs more money. But she'd be so good on like the runway, the tarmac, because she loves to put her hands up. So
yes,
just like
she does. Yes.
United, Delta. I know she flies private. I don't know if like, I think she'd actually have so much fun doing that, because she loves wearing little like referee outfits. So she'd put on the United outfit
That would be a better runway than the runway moment she procured this season, because we got into that a little bit.
Oh, that was uncomfortable.
Yeah, that was a bit uncomfortable, especially when they played the clip of her talking about that was a tight dress, by the way, and then she's like, I'm sorry again.
And I'm sorry I said that.
No, I appreciate that, and I know that you mean that.
So clearly she apologized to Emily about that off camera in between like as the season was playing out. I don't know, I feel like Emily, I'm all about forgiveness, love and light, and moving forward, but I do feel like if someone said, by the way, the dress was, I don't know if I'd be able to forgive so easily.
Do you think Katie's meddling or Kylie's meddling with the
yes.
Yeah. So that's why
absolutely.
Emily's like, the only reason, because I'm like, oh, now my kids are involved. Do I want to be mad at Heather, or do I want to be mad at someone who's talking about my kids?
Paper
covers rock.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I think absolutely that was a moment for them to come together, put whatever bullshit they had behind them, because they needed to put up a united front to let it be known that that was not the case. Luke and Keller were not talking smack about Heather, according to Kylie. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about this one. I did like how Katie did acknowledge, look, Kylie could have lied. She's an adult. She's like, what, you know, like, I don't know. What are you inclined to believe now that we've seen them discuss it at the reunion?
I'm inclined to not care. You know what I mean? Where also when Andy was like, don't you all, and everyone shot it down immediately. Don't you all gossip at home?
Don't you guys all talk in front of your kids?
No, I don't.
Honestly,
Oh, really?
Have you?
And then they were like, no, we never do that. And he was like, really? Because like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like
I feel like and also it's kind of a thing where it's like, I would assume if I did something out of pocket to someone, they would go home and complain about it to their family.
Yeah.
And also I would not just assume that, I don't think I expect that. I'd be like, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it permeates the residents. And also, everyone hears about it. And kids are smart, and kids pick up on stuff.
Kids are smart, and they will let you, they're not packaging things for feelings. You know what I mean? But it's like, you did something mean, and it's not like, oh,
well,
no.
Exactly. Kids say the darndest things, as Katie was saying. And they do.
And you know what I kind of do think? This is where, because I know Tamara, because I was kind of aligned with Tamara, where I was like, it's kind of just funny.
Exactly. The fact that Keller and Luke were allegedly talking crap about Heather Dubrow of all people, like that is kind of funny to say, like, is Heather mean? I think, was that the word? Mean?
Something like that.
Mean?
Was Heather being a jerk? Again? For the millionth time?
Actually, I got in big trouble one time for calling my teacher mean in second grade, and I was like, mean is like the least of what I was thinking about you.
Was it a math teacher? Because median mode. Sorry.
It was not a math teacher. She was kind of like an all-in-one teacher. I went to a Catholic school where it's like 30 people in a class and they teach everything for the all in. So anyways, I'm gonna tell this story really quick because I'm feeling activated and angry over this. So Miss Whalen, if you're listening, I hope you've reflected. everyone was talking.
Yeah.
Everyone was talking. I was a chatty kid. And so it was like, oh, if you're talking and not listening to me, put your name on the board. You're going to have recess detention or whatever. So I was one of the people chosen. And I was over it. I was like, don't target us. We're just like kids having fun, having a little chit chat. Please stop. So instead of writing my name, I wrote mean teacher. And you would have thought like the world stopped. Like I did the like nastiest, dirtiest, craziest thing you could ever do. And then I was immediately sent to the principal's office. And then Miss Walker, she was like, what is going on? What is going on? Bad with yeah, please. If you got a W, no, I don't want to mess with you. So in Miss Walker's class, she's like, why did you do that? And I think at that point I learned that America was a free country. And I said, it's a free country. I can do what I want.
Oh.
And then my mom got called and it was like a whole situation. And then Miss Walker and Miss Whalen started telling my mom that like these girls in the class were weeping because I called Miss Whalen a mean teacher.
Huh?
No one was. Audrey and Megan, you were not weeping. There was no weeping to be had.
Mean.
She is mean.
What grade was this?
Second.
Oh, that's actually I had an awful second grade teacher too.
Was she mean?
No, but she had her stomach stapled and one of the staples popped.
And
She's lived, but
that's karma.
Yeah.
That's just karma.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's really not that crazy to call someone mean if they're mean. Was Heather Dubrow mean? I don't know.
And I will say, I don't know if you'll agree with it. I think this was the one time Tamara actually wasn't trying to create mess. I think she was like, isn't that funny?
I thought it was funny because, like words out of kids' mouths, like they overhear things.
It is funny. And it was funny what I did on the board.
Yeah.
I wrote mean teacher instead of Evan Real. And I don't regret it.
Heather wouldn't agree with you.
No, she wouldn't. But Luke and Keller might.
And Kylie would.
Kylie definitely
But
would.
Kylie should answer Sophia's text.
Yeah, I felt bad about
made me
that.
sad.
Yeah, that did make me sad. I did like how Katie was like, she's bad at texting.
Yeah,
she's bad at
don't
responding
text
to
me
text.
back.
Yeah,
She's 20. Why am I?
I know. That did make me sad though because it did feel like there could have been a friendship there. And Sophia seems like a sweet girl, and Kylie seems like a really sweet girl. Maybe she's just bad at answering her text messages like her mom said. But send Sophia a text back.
Please. And also, but make sure if you text, someone could pull it up in 6 years.
That is true. So be careful about what you text.
My favorite meme is that Shannon Beador found out how to search on her phone and has never been the same.
Yeah.
I just know it's going to devolve next week.
Yeah.
And Emily's getting more heated.
Yeah.
Because I like the part where Shannon's like, look at Emily's face. Like she was like, don't make me like boil. Don't make me.
But then she erupted. Yeah. And it was because Alexis called her. Tweedledee and Tweedledum, is that Emily and Gina, I'm assuming?
I'm assuming, but what does Gina have to do with it?
I don't know what Gina would have to do with it because...
Why is she in it?
Gina was pretty neutral when it came to Alexis. Like maybe has said some shady things here and there.
Oh, actually, she has.
Like, but not like Emily.
No.
Anyways, don't call her dumb because then Emily's gonna hit you back with you're the dumb.
She's a lawyer.
She's a lawyer, and according to her, Alexis is the dumbest girl in the world.
And the lid to a trash can.
Every trash can needs a lid, and John Jansen found his.
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard that phrase before. I love it.
You're gonna use that?
Every trash can needs a lid.
And John Jansen found.
I'd rather be the lid than the trash.
Yeah, at least she is the lid.
Yeah.
There's some chic trash cans out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
with small houses.
I was like, she did
shade John Jay.
I know. She's like, well, he has a quite small house and we'll be living between two houses. John Jansen's house, when we have seen it on the show, it does look small, but it honestly,
it's like a bachelor pad.
It's like a cute bachelor pad on the water. It kind of actually looks really nice. Like, how, like in the same way, I think that Erica Jane's tiny little casita.
Well, that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
It's so pretty. Yes. I love these small houses. I love a casita.
Oh, I love that too.
Wait, I also love Tamara's backyard casita.
Where Eddie may sleep. I would just be hanging out there because I'm like, this just looks nice.
It does look really nice. Like, I'd move in.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. Maybe we don't have to get into it here. Maybe Teddy's moving in there.
Maybe.
That'd
be a good place for her to stay. I don't know if there's any room for horse trainers. Yeah. Get Teddy Mellencamp on Orange County, please. She has a house there. She's starting so much drama to be discussed. Like, it just makes sense.
Well, the only issue is they can't be on the same shows with the podcast, which would make me sad.
Oh, the podcast is doing so well, so I'd be sad to see that go. But can we put the podcast on pause just for like a season to see what?
Or just they don't recap OC.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Because Teddy recaps with
OC
with Erica Jane.
Erica. I don't know if those ladies in OC could handle a solo Erica Jane recap because she would
just drag everyone to the pits of hell.
Actually, I would love that.
I would love. Can you imagine Erica Jane though being on Orange County? That would be crazy.
That would make that it would really confuse me.
Like Erica would be so confused at everything.
She'd be like, "What is going on?" And like she would like rip like she'd give Tamara a run for her money.
Can you imagine Erica Jane at the Heather Dubrow fashion show? Watching them jeans and dresses come down that runway.
I don't know if I've ever seen Erica Jane in jeans.
Okay, we gotta go because we gotta Google if Erica Jane has ever worn jeans.
Yeah, and I mean that as the utmost compliment, Erica. Yeah,
like we're both wearing jeans.
I don't have a casita. I don't have a house. I don't have a residency. I got nothing. I got the vitamins though.